So without wasting any time, I will start the digestion and absorption chapter from the NCERT. Friends, what I have seen during my MBBS time and during my pre-medical preparation is that the better way to learn is to go retrospective. Retrospective means I will teach you this chapter starting from question and answers to the concepts. Means I will go from back to forward. By this way, what you will see is that you will be better able to understand the concepts and better able to remember those things in for a longer time. Means it will go into your long-term memory. So the digestion and absorption chapter I will be teaching you by the question and answers of the NCERT itself, and believe me, I will teach you each and every word from this NCERT via the question and answers only. So going to the question and answer section of this NCERT after the summary, you just read the NCERT theory portion after my question and answer. You will find the exact thing which I have taught you by this question and answer. The question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, F and all. So going to that portion of question and answer. So starting from question number 2, actually it is the match the following. So you have to match the column 1 with the column 2. It's a simple one. The column 1, bilirubin and biliverdin, these are the components of bile salts mainly. The bilirubin is the bile pigment, biliverdin is the another component, so it matches with bile. Hydrolysis of starch done by amylase, digestion of fat by lipase, salivary gland, parotid. Parotid is one of the salivary gland, others are submandibular and all. So the question number 3, why are villi present in intestine and not in stomach? How does pepsinogen change into its active form? What are the basic layers of wall of alimentary canal? How does the bile help in digestion of fat? So these 4 questions covers many things, many important concepts. So starting with the first question, why are the villi present in intestine and not in stomach? So to make you understand, I will also use Hindi and English mixed so that you better understand the concept. So basically villi, what are villi? Villi are just tiny finger-like projections which are present in the intestine just to increase the surface area. Why to increase the surface area? So that we can have more efficient food absorption. If the surface area is large, we will get more area to absorb the nutrients, to absorb the food we ate in a better way. So these villi contains numerous blood vessels, as you can see here, which can absorb the digested proteins, carbohydrate and all to the blood stream. And villi also contain lymph vessels for absorbing the products such as fat digestion, which occurs via the chyle formation. Now from the blood stream, the absorbed food is delivered to each and every part of the body. And if we see why it does not occur in stomach, what you can see is a small, minute folds known as rugae. We do not see the villi in stomach, but in stomach we see rugae. The mucosal wall of the stomach wall irregular folds known as rugae. This is very important. In stomach, the rugae is formed which increase the surface area to volume ratio for expanding the stomach. Now the second question is, how does pepsinogen change into its active form? So pepsinogen is a protein digesting enzyme, and the pepsinogen is the inactive form. The active form is pepsin. So what the HCl, one of the function of HCl which is secreted in the stomach, is conversion of pepsinogen to pepsin. And the pepsin is the active enzyme which will digest the proteins into peptides. So pepsinogen is a precursor of pepsin stored in the stomach wall, converted into pepsin by hydrochloric acid. Pepsin is activated form of the pepsin. Third is the different layers, the basic layers of the alimentary canal wall. basic layer going from outside to inside. The thinnest and the strongest is the serosa, then the muscularis, then inner circular, outer longitudinal, then submucosa and mucosa. How you will remember it? Just repeat this all the sequence 5 to 7 times. You will remember it. The main where people get confused is the inner circular and outer longitudinal, the component of muscularis mucosa. So inner circular and outer longitudinal. Owl, O-L, owl. Outer is the longitudinal, inner is the circular. So serosa, inner circular, outer longitudinal, submucosa and mucosa. Serosa is the outermost layer of the alimentary canal, made up of thin layers of secretory epithelial cells with some connective tissue underneath. Muscularis is thin layer of smooth muscle. Mind it, the muscularis is a smooth muscle layer arranged into the outer longitudinal and inner circular layer. And the submucosa. And now अब तुम देखोगे कि submucosa में क्या हुआ है कि लूज कनेक्टिव टिश्यू आ गया है.